Hi, you're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our platforms. There's that young man. There is.
Rick Levy in San Diego.
I forgot to introduce you last time, Rick. I'm
No,
sorry.
they know who I am.
What the
I'm
hell? There
I'm
you
no one
go.
important.
You're the guy. You're the guy with the Tequila Aficionado merchandise.
I just
And
sit here and drink.
yeah, there you go. And I'm Mike Morales. I'm here in San Antonio, and again, Rick, I'm really very very excited. We have a full line of the OniliKan or OniliKan. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I don't. I
This
My take was OniliKan,
OniliKan, yeah, we're in it, and it actually is. I guess it's
to which I want to say konnichiwa. But
yeah, I know, right? Um, there's several of these new mezcals and some tequilas now are venturing into the Huichol Indians and the native the indigenous people of the certain areas. This particular brand is based in Mazatlan, and they have their own distillery. They've been distilling since 2011. This one is the considered an aguardiente de it's an aguardiente de agave. It's a spirit. It's an agave spirit. I Now remember, nowadays agave spirits are becoming more and more acceptable on the market. But when these folks started distilling, there there was only one other designation at the time. If you weren't mezcal and you weren't tequila and you were outside the denominational origin and you were using blue agave, which is what it says so on the label, then you were considered in Spanish an aguardiente, which translates to firewater. But I would call this an agave spirit. Now, again, with the way things are going in both tequila and mezcal, I think this could be on the cutting edge now. It's an award winner. It's a gold medal winner, I think, in 2012 at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Uh, but I
it's a
think,
little faded. Maybe you can pick it up.
yep, it's there. It's produced and bottled Playa Gaviotas in Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico. These folks have their own distillery. It's a micro distillery. Check them out on YouTube. I'm telling you, there's like 4 or 5 videos, very instructional. They're rather short. They'll show you the still. They'll talk to you about the heritage, it's a European style still. It's kind of like a small column still that you see like on micro distillers here in the States. But it's very clean, very different, and apparently you do a bang up business for the turistas. And I found out that they are Canadian, so they're not European, but they are. But they have brought they brought European technology to Mazatlan.
We haven't
And
found any maple syrup in it yet.
no, no, we haven't. But judging from the Mexican gin that we had, holy
The
cow!
gin was beautiful.
Well, we were talking off camera how your only go-to gin was one of the more one of the more high-end gins, and and now this may be your go-to if you could find it. I'm hoping this is imported. This was given. The samples were given to us by Creo Commercium in Arizona in Phoenix, and a gentleman who runs that importation company and distributor. His name is Enrique Ramos. We featured him on our Wild Wild West tour last year. He had these bottles. It's a tough sell. Back when he started, it was a very tough sell because there was no way for anyone to say, well, is it a tequila? Is it a mezcal? There's still that stigma attached to an agave spirit, but that's quickly dying, okay? Because the quality of agave spirits now, I think, are much more comparable and much more acceptable on the market. So,
Yeah. And, there's all kinds of people now who are looking for the next thing beyond tequila. They're looking beyond Jalisco now, and they want to find the next Mexican craft spirit.
we're we're in an agave shortage in the tequila industry. We are in uncertain times in the mezcal industry right now. There's a lot of upheaval going on there, and in the meantime, we as aficionados don't want to suffer because tequila is going to be too high. There's not enough agave to go around to make a mezcal, but yet there are other states where they grow agave. They're outside of any denomination of origin, or and if they've had any kind of pedigree or history in making a spirit in a certain way, they should be recognized. And I think now is the time to become more and more accepted. These guys were probably just ahead of their time, is what I'm thinking. But I can't wait to try this one. This one is it says on the label at that time, according to Mexican law, it had to be called Aguardiente. So we're breaking the seal.
Breaking the seal.
Breaking the seal. You can see frosted bottle, very, very elegant, very, very nice look to it. Ooh. Oh, whoa. Okay, I am going to try my Stasso Jarrito for tequila.
Yeah. Same here. Stasso Jarrito. Can you see the little agave on the bottom? Maybe not.
Where?
There's a little agave etched on the bottom.
Oh my God!
All you can see is my face. My head's in the way.
No, I see it. There it is.
There it is.
Where did you get? Oh, you ordered those, didn't you?
This is from the probably the first official production run.
Yeah.
That's the handmade run, and they're still working on the machined version that I guess will be hopefully coming out later in the year.
I hope so. I really, Rick and I have experimented extensively with the prototypes of these glasses, and I think that they should become the accepted glassware for agave spirits, and it is historically and archaeologically more accurate. A lot of the tequila agave cognoscente have agreed with us, have ordered their own glasses, and if you want to order yours, you can get a hold of Chisholm Trail Craft Glasses, and they have them on order right now. And once, as you said, once these are machine made, you'll be able to get them everywhere.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure Romeo Ristov has them on his website yet. Chisholm Trail Crafts Glasses.
He's working on it.
It's like snag an email address off that website and hit him up, because there's a lot of distributors that are picking these up right now. This first production run for promotional stuff.
Yeah, but you want a set of these glasses for yourself. One has a much taller chimney, very reminiscent of the Glencairn, and we tend to use
it's got a large flat bowl, which allows for the accumulation of a lot of aromas through the exposure of a lot of surface area.
Right.
And you really get a nice bloom off the top, whereas with the Riedel, you often have to shove your nose in there and dig around for it. But with this, there's a whole area you can explore.
We've discovered that we don't need a whole lot to sample as well. This glass is so efficient that with a Riedel, we had to fill it up a little much higher to be able to dig your nose in it. And this one is, well, you can watch a lot of our videos where we play. Just pick one with Rick and me and myself and some of the other TJs will be getting. All the TJs will be receiving these shortly from us. And so from now on, every video we'll be using the Stasso Jarritos until further notice.
The official tool.
The official tool. The official tool. I used to be the official tool.
Yeah. All right. You made that joke. I didn't.
I am the official tool. Oh my goodness.
So I feel like I'm actually picking up the same agave that I was picking up in the gin.
I think so too. It's a greener agave.
That's right. More like what might classify as like a Lowlands.
Yes. Now, yeah, and it's much more prevalent in this one because of course this is an aguardiente of blue agave. So it's made with blue agave outside the denomination of origin in Mazatlan, in Sinaloa, actually. Now we've had another agave spirit that is made in Sinaloa, Los Osuna, and Los Osuna also uses blue agave, but they have a different process than these folks do. And if you bear with me, I'm going to plug in my computer here. Sorry, I know it gets a little. There we go. So what happens is the process is different, but the agave is the same, and one is more akin to tequila. This one is not. This was a lot wilder. This is really different. The nose on this one, it's almost fruity.
Well, and you said the area where these agaves would be grown are also known for their mangoes.
Yes.
So if there's a lot of sweet tropical fruit being grown around.
Now, the one thing I don't know anything. Again, there was very minimal information. There's hardly anything that of value to someone on the neck tag. And on the videos, it's more about the distillation and how proud they are of their process and the store. So there's not a whole lot about how they ferment, and there's not a whole lot of demonstration of how the still works. It's an unusual looking still. So check it out. It is really small batch, but it's more akin to a small column still that I've seen in micro distillers here in Texas or in Austin. So I'm not sure how they're fermenting. I don't know if it's open air. I don't know if it's stainless steel vats. I would imagine it's everything is stainless steel instead of wood. You know, it's not. I just don't see the wooden vat fermentation. You know, but I could be wrong. I don't know. There's no information for us there. I'm getting more alcohol down at the bottom, but not enough to make a.
Well, it doesn't smell like they're rushing it. I'm not picking up anything that smells rushed or.
Yeah, there's no yeast. There's no yeasty smell in it. It's all plant and whatever, like you said, whatever fruit is where the plants are growing. And if that area, like I say, they emphasize the mango, and later on in these reviews you'll see us go into their mango liqueur and Aguardiente of mango as well. So it'll be interesting to see what the combination of agave and mango actually is like. I'm gonna go in.
All right.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness! I got licorice, I got anise, I got mint at the beginning.
Yeah.
Citrus on the tail end.
Yeah, it's like I got some really neat retro nasal stuff right at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say, on my first sip, I was thinking, oh, this feels like it's entering kind of thin. But then as everything was, opening up on the palate, it actually had, a nicer, almost more oily feel to it.
There's pepper. There's almost like a jalapeno pepper or like a black pepper. It's spicy on the end. At the after it's gone. You know how we look for
it's almost you say jalapeno pepper. I almost think of like almost like a nacho sliced pepper because I'm getting a little bit of a tang.
Yeah, but it's weird. You know how we look for lip numbness when you hold it between your gum and all that. Mm-hmm. Well, after I swallowed, it's like all of a sudden it's like, it's like a good salsa made with habaneros.
Yeah.
It's an increasing heat. You keep going back for more, and you're going back for more, and you're going back for more, and then you got to push away because then it starts to light up your palate.
You start feeling it coming through your pores.
Yeah, that's what it's
Mm.
like. That's really interesting. There's this really distinctive pepper on the palate, not on the nose.
Yeah. I don't know. I would probably classify it more as like a black pepper, though.
Black pepper. Well, the translation for aguardiente is fire water. So I'd imagine that was on purpose. It's got that blue agave, but it's got that that fire water kind of finish to it. And it's not, no, again, it's not offensive. I know that the word may be very forceful, the way the description, but it's not offensive. It's not anything that we haven't had in several tequilas at one point, or a mezcal. The pepper. It's just more pronounced than I've ever tasted it before, and I think that has to do with the distillation process. I really do. I think that the column distillation, at least that's what I think I saw in those videos, allows for that kind of aftertaste.
It's interesting because I'm usually turned off by anything that's produced from a column still. It's like even before I know it, I'm usually just like, ooh, what's going on there? And then I find out it was, column distillation.
Well,
but
we don't, again,
I'm not getting that here.
I know some tequilas that are a combination of column still and pot still.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tequilas is Lapis tequila, and that's how they make it. It's a combination of column still and pot still, and it gives it that almost like a funky aftertaste that I really dig.
Yeah. Well, I think Cimarron is made that way as well.
Oh, probably so. Probably so. Again, I've never had aguardiente, not Mexican aguardiente. I think in different Latin American countries, aguardiente is called something else. Like in Costa Rica, it's not called aguardiente; it's called guaro, and or cacique, I think. It depends, and those are made from sugar cane. They're made from sugar or molasses, so it's a little harsher. I love this nose, man. There's agave right there. It's unmistakable.
It's a lot of fun. And, it's like when I dig down in the center, I'm almost like picking up on, you were saying it's almost fruity, and I was picking up on things that I might pull out of almost like a Highlands tequila.
Right.
But then, off the top, we got, this kind of greenness that had us thinking, more in line with Lowlands. But it's this really neat thing to explore.
There's a lot of complexity. You wouldn't think to look at it because people a lot of people mistake aged spirits for their complexity. They talk about it, and then we have too. We're guilty of it. But there's a lot of complexity in an unaged spirit when it's done like this, or we've had some wonderful tequilas and mezcals that are just layer upon layer upon layer, and we're after a while you just give up because there's so much stuff going on. But immediately, I got mint, then it turned into anise, then it turned into licorice, and then I got the black pepper explosion. It's like, wow, man, where's the stop?
And I'm getting this tanginess under my tongue that I'm really enjoying. And I like the pepper. It's a really great sensation. I would say, it's more of the sensation than the heat of pepper.
Yeah, it's numbness with pepper. It's almost like you've been cutting up jalapenos or green chili, and you mistakenly touch your lips to it or something. They tell you not to touch your eyes. But if you do this with your lips, and it's like a burn, but it's a nice pepper. It's like an oily. it's like a capsaicin. Is that
Capsaicin?
capsaicin? Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like a pepper, like an oil.
Yeah, I can see that.
Wow, man, this stuff is amazing. Holy cow!
Yeah, this is a really fun sipper.
Yeah. Okay. Cocktail. Would we? What kind of cocktail would you even?
Oh,
I'd be
I
hard.
don't know.
By the way, I should probably tell you this is just what is it, an 80 proof? This is
Pour,
just
pour it neat with a
a slice of mango.
a slice of jalapeno thrown in there.
Well, there are variations of the martini where they throw the jalapeno in there,
Yeah.
right? This is it's a 750 milliliter, 40 ABV, 80 proof, and I'm like dumbfounded, man, because we know they're making it out of blue agave. We know that. I don't know what. Again, we don't know what their process is. We don't know if. I'm assuming it's shredder, but you know what happens when you assume, right?
Yeah.
But they've been doing this since 2011, and in 2012 they won a gold medal for this, which is a category. Aguardiente is a category. It doesn't necessarily have to come from Mexico. So
I don't know. Throw a twist of lime zest and a slice of jalapeno in there and call it done.
But at the bottom, I'm getting a mango. I'm getting fruit.
Yeah.
I'm getting something.
I don't personally. I wouldn't throw a slice of mango in there just because I find mango too sweet.
Okay, all right. I'll buy that.
I would much rather try to accentuate the pepper and the tanginess and maybe even the citrus. But I think if you were to put any other citrus in here, it would overpower the interesting things that are going on in here.
Yeah, it's very baffling on how you would it would take a mixologist to really play around with this. You really, guys who have been infusing their own tequilas and mezcals or booze in general for a long time, forget it. They've done it for you right here.
Yeah.
This is your challenge. You accept it. You choose to accept it because.
Pour it in a martini glass with a couple dashes of your homemade bitters or something.
Yeah, wow, man. Because I love at the beginning. I do. I love the herbal, the mint that turns into anise. It turns into licorice. It's like this spectrum that just happens.
That's right. It goes through that spectrum.
Yeah. Wow. Hey. Brand of promise in the Aguardiente, Blue Agave Aguardiente category, man. This is amazing. This is the OniliKan. If you're in Mazatlan, if you're watching us and you're on vacation, stop at their store, pick one of these up. You will not be sorry. And pick some of the gin up too, will you? Because, man, that's some amazing stuff. Wow. Congratulations to these guys. I think now this is really... There's a moment in time where agave spirits in general are going to become more and more acceptable, whatever you want to call it, inside or outside the denomination of origin. And who knows? It may not even need the Aguardiente descriptor there. I know at the time it did. So, hey, and you might even find these in Arizona. Thanks again to Creo Commercium and Enrique Ramos for giving us these samples. This stuff is amazing. It's amazing stuff. You really need to try it. I'm Mike Morales. That's our take on OniliKan. I'm here in San Antonio. That young man is
Rick Levy in San Diego.
You've been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media. Get yourself a purple T-shirt. Be like Rick.
Any color you want.
Mike. Don't be like Mike. Be like Rick. And get purple or pink or whatever. But whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.
I'm Mike Morales. I'm CEO of Tequila Aficionado Media, and I just wanted to thank you for watching Sipping Off the Cuff. We love doing these reviews for you. Now, if you're an Agave Spirits brand owner and you're watching this, there are 3 things that I'd like to talk to you about. Number 1, if you'd like us to review your Agave Spirit on Sipping Off the Cuff, just send me an email
Mike at tequilaaficionado.com. It won't cost you a dime, and I promise you'll get an honest review. Number 2, if your brand has been nominated, past or present, as a brand of promise, we can help you promote your brand effectively and affordably over on the tequila PR side of things. Just email me, Mike at tequilapr.com. And number 3, if your brand has ever been a Brand of Promise nominee or a winner, you automatically qualify with us, or to go with us on our next promotional tequila tour. So shoot me an email, tours@tequilaaficionado.com, and I'll send you all the details on our upcoming tequila tour. That's it. Thanks again for watching. Sip wisely.